As some of you might know, I'm a big Dexter fan, and I was really looking for when I first heard of Dexter coming back, as Dexter New Blood. I was like, jumping up and down. I was really excited for Dexter New Blood, given the horrible series finale, the season 8 finale. Remember the monsters? So I was jumping up and down when I heard that Dexter was coming back with Dexter New Blood. The problem I have is the finale of Dexter New Blood. I think there were a lot of good things in Dexter New Blood, but there's also a lot of problems with them. But I was willing to overlook everything if the series finale, delivered, and it didn't. Very tragically, there was a lot of missed opportunities with Dexter New Blood series finale. So let's get into it. The finale is called Sins of the Father, which I think is a pretty good title for, the finale, since it kind of reflects on Dexter's sins and the fact that Dexter has to pay for his crimes or his sins. His sins being, murder, uh, murder of people. Now, Dexter doesn't murder innocent people, but what the show was getting at was that what Dexter was doing was wrong. He was taking killing to a whole new level, or he was killing people not for any kind of vigilante justice. He was doing it because Dexter liked to kill people, and the show was hinting that that was the wrong way to go, or what Dexter was doing was wrong. Sins of the Father was a good title for the series finale. Now, here's where I disagree with some of the stuff in the series finale. Uh, the first, I think, the first like 20 minutes or the first like 15 minutes of the finale were of the finale of New Blood were pretty good, where Dexter gets arrested and Angela, finds the titanium screw, which is kind of unbelievable how a titanium screw would just land in the middle of the debris of the burnt down cabin. I like the fact that Dexter and Harrison were bonding over, killing, murderers, and they were setting up some kind of like season 2, if you will, of New Blood, where Dexter and Harrison would move to LA. So I like that part of the finale of the series finale. But after Dexter gets arrested in Sins of the Father, this is where it just goes downhill. It became so unbelievable and so rushed that I just felt like they needed another episode. They needed like one more episode, or at least one more episode. Two would have been nice, but they needed at least one more episode to wrap up this series finale, or to wrap up the series of Dexter New Blood. So what they should have done, what I think would have been better, or if I were to rewrite the series finale of Dexter, I would do it like this. Instead of having Batista, and instead of Angela. Okay, here's the problem with the series finale. Batista's reappearance is a completely wasted opportunity. He just appears in a phone conversation with Angela. Like, what is the point of having Batista, having a tease of Batista, Dexter's connection to the old days? What is the point of him being there if there was no meeting between Batista and Dexter? What the hell were they thinking? Or what the hell was Clyde Phillips thinking? Having that big, or teasing that big reunion of Angel and Dexter, and not delivering on it. Just having Batista appear in a phone call to Angela. How does that make any sense? It's like, you have this character from Dexter's old days. Might as well just have him in Iron Lake already meeting Dexter. And that would have been a better payoff, or that would have been a better use of the Batista character. Instead, Batista just appears in a phone call to Angela. Like, I didn't understand that. If I were writing the finale, I would have already had Batista, Joey Quinn, Ain Masuka at the same time, already in the Iron Lake police station, you know, like Angela already informed this guy Batista that Dexter was already alive and come meet them come meet him at the police station because she wanted to verify all the crimes that were happening, or all the crimes that were connected to Dexter that Dexter did, and she wanted confirmation from Batista and et cetera, et cetera. And Batista brings Quinn and Masuka there to verify everything or to confirm everything. So it's not just him against Dexter. I think that would have been better if Dexter met Batista, Quinn, and Masuka, since these three actually knew about Dexter and they knew. Well, I don't know about Masuka, but I knew. But if you watch, remember the monsters, Batista and Quinn always suspected that there was something off about Dexter when he killed what do you call it, Saxton with the pen. They knew that it wasn't self defense, and Dexter killed Saxton in a offensive measure instead of a defensive measure. So, but anyways, like Batista's reappearance was a wasted opportunity. Dexter killing Logan also didn't make much sense given I don't know, it just felt so rushed having Dexter kill Logan, get out of the police station, and run away, like, and just leave Logan's body just out there. That made absolutely no sense. Classic Dexter would have taken Logan's body and hid it. He wouldn't have just left it in the open like that. That was just very sloppy on Dexter. Him running away, and then Dexter and Harrison getting into a rift over Logan's death, and then Dexter just being killed by Harrison just pointing the rifle at Dexter and just killing him. I mean, I get that they wanted to make, Harrison like Dexter, and Dexter had to be Harrison's first kill to fuel or to continue Harrison's Dark Passenger. I mean, I kind of get that, but it was just done so sloppy and so inconsistently and so, I don't know. There was like there were so many better ways to end Dexter New Blood. It would have been so much better if Dexter got caught. And by being caught, I don't mean him being killed by Angela or Harrison. I wanted him to actually be arrested, tried, and then having Batista sending Batista and Angela sending Dexter to Florida to be executed by the death penalty for the crimes of the Bay Harbor Butcher, and his other crime, or him killing Matt Caldwell, et cetera, et cetera. I wanted that to be the ending, where Dexter finally gets arrested. He goes to jail. He gets tried and he gets executed by the Florida death penalty. By the death penalty punishment. Like, that would have been a better ending. And the final shot should have been Harrison, doing his first kill. Like, Harrison choking a victim that he intends to kill. That would, like, it loops back to, remember in like the first episode of Dexter when he chokes the choir director, or the church deacon, or the choir director with that rope, and he says, "You're mine now, so do what I say." That would have been like awesome if Harrison did that to some victim he was vetting, and then Harrison says, "Do what I say if you want to live," but we all know Harrison's going to kill the guy. Or Harrison says something like, "You're mine now, so do what I say." That would have been a better ending, where Dexter where Dexter finally meets Batista, Quinn, and Masuka. Something, we were all of us Dexter fans were hoping that Dexter and Angel at least got some kind of reunion after 10 years, because Dexter New Blood is set 10 years after the original series finale. And we all wanted to see Dexter go down, like either being arrested or killed, or killed by the state. We wanted him to die because he had to pay the price for his sins, like the title suggested. The title is saying sins of the father. Sins of the father means that Dexter goes down for his crimes or his sins. And then we wanted Dexter to, I don't know, like there was so many missed opportunities with Dexter Sins of New Blood Sins of the Father. So many things that were disappointing. So many things that just didn't amount to anything, that didn't pay off. Like even if you couldn't get the Quinn and you couldn't get Masuka, even if you couldn't get those guys, it would have at least made sense for Dexter and Batista to meet or to have some kind of reunion after 10 years. And Batista's like, oh my God, it was you all along. You killed LaGuerta. You probably framed Dokes. You are responsible for for being the Bay Harbor Butcher. So, LaGuerta was right about you. That would have been better. Like, at least have Batista and Angel meet each other, or Dexter and Batista meet each other, or have some kind of reunion after 10 years. And then Batista's like or connecting all the dots and saying, yeah, you were the Bay Harbor Butcher all this time and you evaded capture. And, like at least have that reunion and that sense of betrayal and that disappointment of Batista and everything. That would have been a better ending. That would have been like, at least the finale was, tied up or had closure with the Miami Police Department. But they didn't go that way. It was just so disappointing. What was the point of having Batista's character if he didn't have some kind of reunion with Dexter? Like, what is the point? He just confirms that LaGuerta died, and there were other theories that Dexter may have been the Bay Harbor Butcher, and he still has the LaGuerta file, which doesn't make any sense because LaGuerta's case was already closed back 10 years ago with the 10 years ago with the killing of with her death in season 8. So that case was already closed. So him having a file just randomly on his desk doesn't make any sense. I don't know. There's just so many disappointing things about Dexter New Blood finale. So many things that I wish were done better. Like, I remember reading an article and Clyde Phillips was like saying, well, smart fans would understand the ending of the Dexter New Blood finale. No, it would have been better if we had a smarter writer writing the Dexter New Blood series finale. not this not this nonsense that they gave. I mean, the first half of the finale was good. I'll admit that. I actually enjoyed the first, like, I don't know, 30 minutes or so after Dexter gets arrested and all that interrogating with Angela questioning him, and then she finally has a case that he got the ketamine and he drugged Jasper Hodge, and he tried to drug the Miles drug dealer, and all that stuff from the previous episodes were coming up, and uh, Angela was kind of connecting the dots, and Dexter didn't have any kind of like a way to get around that. So I like that. But after that, the finale was like did not make any sense. Like, it was not a good way to end the Dexter franchise. It really wasn't good. It was not a good way to end the Dexter character. It would have been much better if Dexter went to Florida, was arrested, went to Florida, and was killed by the death penalty, and then Harrison takes over his killings. That would have been a better ending. Instead they have, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just so disappointed by this ending. I know I'm like a year late, and I'm a year late into this, but it was just Dexter is a beloved franchise, and for them to screw up the ending not once but twice is absolutely amazing. How they got this second chance, they got Michael C. Hall to agree to it, and then they just pissed it all away. They just messed it. They just screwed it up a second time just to set up a Harrison spinoff. Like, what the hell? I don't know how Showtime allowed this to happen. It just does not make any sense whatsoever. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about the Dexter New Blood series finale, Sins of the Father. I really want to know what you guys think. Is there any other Dexter fan out there? Do you think what I'm saying is correct, or would you do things differently? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on Dexter New Blood series finale. I know I'm late in doing this, or making this video, but it just, I watched it again and I was just disappointed. I don't know, I was just disappointed by the whole thing, being the huge Dexter fan that I am. So please let me know in the comments below what you guys think of Dexter New Blood series finale and how you would have ended the show. Let me know in the comments below.